Everyone, this is Elias from Rev Media, and today we're gonna do some autocrossing, but we're gonna film it. Unfortunately, even though I have a really great car, I'm actually in the Hyundai Elantra N. Yeah, I would love to take this out to autocross. Yeah, legally, contract binding, I'm not supposed to, but yeah, we're gonna film some of our local SCCA autocross, so this should be fun. Let's get started. Everyone's having their safety meeting behind me. Just kind of went through some of the things, some spots, did the walk a little bit so I can kind of see what spots I have. I have my areas where I can go, can't go. So yeah, should be fun, hopefully. Oh yeah, and I forgot the super big lens. Yeah, when you kind of leave the house at like 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning and it's dark because you don't want to wake everyone up, it kind of happens. But let's see and try to make the best of it. So we did a little bit of the start of the actual track, and yeah, I have to walk a lot to be in the safe areas, which is good. Obviously, we want to be safe. But I realized that, yeah, I'm out of breath. It's hot. I'm not in the best shape, need to be, but yeah, that's a CRX turbocharged. That sounds really good. But what is happening is my gear is really heavy. Yeah, so for my tripod, so it's actually kind of this pivot point. So I may need to reevaluate how I can make this lighter. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of the GoPro, but then you guys wouldn't see kind of what I'm filming. So I think I do just need to suck it up and carry it. So let's go ahead and film some more cars. So I decided to pick a cone where everyone was driving fast right into, because it's a braking point and it's a right turn. And so I focused on that. It's just those little things. You have to keep an eye on what everyone's doing, what the track is doing. With this, it's a little bit harder than if we were at a racetrack, because racetracks don't change layouts. These do. So, sorry, Mustang GT350 looks like. Or it might just be a GT, but it's important to keep an eye and see what the cars are doing, see what the drivers are doing, see what the track is doing as well. So yeah, I just kind of hyperfixated a little bit on that one cone, and I got my shot. I got my shot where someone hit the cone. It was a BMW M3, I believe. So this next shot that I saw, I really liked, because the cars are kind of coming head on to the camera, which is good. You want to have variety. You don't want to just have panning shots, which pannings are great because, you know, they give you the sense of speed, but the fact that you're seeing a car kind of coming at you is really cool. It gives that sense of, oh my gosh, it's coming at me. And now the other thing I did realize about this parking lot where this event is happening is there's a ton of elevation changes. So I'll probably play with having the camera a little bit lower than I normally would, to kind of give it a kind of peek through when the car gets off of the like the hump, or out of, you know, comes up from that lower part. So it just adds more dynamic to it. So really quick, we've repositioned to the other side of the truck, and a couple of things I'm noticing is that people over there, so just kind of over there, and we'll see it with the Mustang, there is a point where they get sideways there, and then right there, it's a pretty hard braking spot. So with that being said, we're seeing some lockups, which is kind of cool. That's a loud car. Hard lockups. One BMW, again, locked up really hard, really long, so was able to capture that. We switched it to 60 frames because we're not kind of capturing speed as much as we're trying to capture a moment, so that I could slow it down. Because we captured speed on the other side, and here it's a more eventful little things that I can catch, like a slide over there and like the lockups there. So I found a spot that I really like. It's gonna offer a lot of different versatility when it comes to the different types of shots that I can do. I'll explain what I mean. So let me show you. I really like this spot because over here the car is coming towards me, and then I get some good panning action, and then I get some heavy braking, and I get possible oversteer with it coming at me, and then I can just pan really quick to get some rear shot of it, which looks really good, and then they end up finishing, and I can use that as a white. Well, that kind of wraps it up for me. I got good enough footage, I think good amount of footage that I need to really put something together. I'm not with a specific team, so if this were like a racetrack, then obviously I'd focus more on just that team. So it's just going to be a little bit of everything. Couple of things you want to take into account when you do an event like this, and again, this is a practice run. I have new camera, new rig, new setup, yeah, a lot of new things. So I'm treating this as a test run for things. To see what is gonna go right and what went wrong. So a couple of things went wrong. First, I didn't quite get enough clearance for what I wanted. I had to actually have someone else to help me if I wanted to go into the middle. Turns out I didn't need to, because the outside shots were actually really good, because it's such an outer like outside edged track. So nothing I think I would have really gotten in the middle that would have been like super wow. I found out that my screen eats a lot of battery, so need to look into that. So that's something I have to take note, how much batteries I'm gonna eat through in a X amount of time. Also the amount of memory card storage that I'm gonna take up on that. So because again, this is a new camera, this is, you know, I don't know how much to expect really from this, as opposed to my previous camera, which I know the ins and outs of. And yeah, the new camera is the Canon R6 Mark II, which was actually really incredible with the vehicle tracking. Yes, we're spoiled, but I see it as just an additional tool to help you out and make sure. Think of it like a chef that gets a new stove, gets a new oven, gets a new knife. It's just an additional tool. If you don't know how to use it, it's not going to work out for you. And that's why we're doing this, to make sure that I know how to use it and it works out for me, which it actually did, because I was more focused on the framing than I was, is this thing going to autofocus? And it was quick. It was quick, and I was using the Sigma 70-200, so it wasn't even a native Canon glass. The Sigma 70-200 with the EF to RF adapter. So super happy with that. Really loving the way that it performed. Decided to take some photos here and there just to test out some things. The tough thing with a parking lot is it looks ugly. It looks ugly in photos. So you really have to blur everything. So lots of panning, lots of slow shutter speeds. And in video, you can get away with it because you're literally moving the whole time. So there's constant motion and your eyes don't fixate on the fact that it's just, yeah. And this is actually a really nice spot because the back, there are some trees. So you do get some kind of greenery as a background. But overall though, it was pretty fun. I might come back to do this in my Miata once I get it fixed.